Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you an Amazon haul for our upcoming school year science unit study. So if you're excited to see what I got, then hit that thumbs up button and stay tuned. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sheraya Maurice and I'm a homeschooling mama of 3 kiddos ages 1, 3, and 5, and I like sharing videos on how you can simplify your homeschool to save you time, money, and your sanity, because I could do with saving my sanity, and I think that you could too, right? I hope so. I hope I'm not the only one. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, then be sure and hit the subscribe button and turn on the little bell icon so that you can be notified of my newest videos. Also, if you would like to get a behind the scenes look at our homeschool, you can follow us over on Instagram at the Sheraya Maurice. Although I will forewarn you that I'm very inconsistent on Instagram, so I may or may not be there. But I do like to share most days, so you'll find us there on a generally regular basis. So anyways, aside from that, today I am sharing my Amazon haul. It's like a big box of stuff here. Woo! For our science unit study. So this is everything that has to do with birds and all the extra activities and resources and things that I purchased to go along with this unit study. So maybe you're interested in making your own unit study. I put my own unit study together, and so I actually did a blog post on that earlier in the week, and so I will link it down below for you, as well as I'll have links to all of the stuff that I'm going to be walking through with you today down in the description box, so you can check those out whenever, if you want to. So I wouldn't say that I'm a unit studies homeschooler per se. I utilize unit studies, but really only for science, and in this particular instance, nature study. So I'm doing Ambleside Online Year 1 this year, which is a Charlotte Mason style free curriculum online, Ambleside Online. And this is a new thing for me. I'm only just now diving into Charlotte Mason, as I said in I think it was my last video, or maybe the one before that, I don't know. But some things are changing. I have been, classical conversations all the way until recently. And I'm just kind of, trying out different things. What I've researched from Charlotte Mason sounds like it's right up my alley, and I'm, doing that in addition to classical conversations memory work. So I'm kind of combining the two and just, seeing how it goes from there. So I took the topic focus on Ambleside Online, which is birds. And I got a Kindle version of the Burgess Bird book. So we're going to be reading that, and it goes perfectly along with our study of birds. So we'll be reading the Burgess Bird book. And then I picked up this Peterson Field Guides for Young Naturalist Backyard Birds, because we're going to be focusing on backyard birds this term. And it's just a small little simple field guide. I mean, there are tons of pretty awesome field guides out there. And I tried to balance with, getting a good field guide with how often we're going to be using it as a, focused reading kind of thing. I mean, my son is only turning 6 in October, so he's still young. So I didn't want to get, too fancy of a field guide. And I'm keeping this pretty simple and low key. So I chose to get this. It was cheap, and it was, it served the purpose of, basic backyard birds and describing and, all that kind of stuff. There's some good images, some decent information. So this will serve that purpose. So Backyard Birds, Peterson Field Guide. The next book I got is a popular one in the homeschooling world, and I'm excited about finally getting it, is the Nature Anatomy book by Julia Rothman. And this just has some great illustrations and stuff throughout. And so this is going to be a great kind of resource for all of our nature studies. So I'm excited to finally have a copy of this. I've seen it and I've been wanting to get it, but I haven't had a purpose for it until now. And so I'm going to just be using the bird section mostly. And I mean, that's just some great pictures there. So I'm excited about going through that. So we'll be using this. And then these other books, these two books I'm really excited about. I found these like through my Pinterest search. Somebody had recommended them and I pulled them up and looked them up on Amazon, and they're really neat. This is the Little Book of Backyard Bird Songs. And so I haven't even opened it yet. It's a board book though. I should probably open it so you can see a little bit of it. But it's a board book, so it's pretty durable. And also it has these little buttons here where you can hear the actual bird songs. And so I just love that that gives it like a whole other dimension, because like we can learn about the bird and you know, what it looks like, and we can even read about how it sounds. But then when we go outside, we don't know if we're necessarily hearing that particular bird, especially if we're learning about it, we're not familiar yet. I mean, we could utilize YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I felt like this was a much more helpful, hands-on kind of resource to help us understand what the birds sound like and stuff. So I'll just take that out of here so we can hear it. So like this one, we have cardinals a lot around here, so we're gonna be learning about that, and we can listen. That's so neat. So we'll be able to hear. That's cool. It's the first time I'm hearing it, so that's awesome. And then we can, you know, pull it up in here. There's probably, it's in here somewhere. And it's thick and sturdy, so like my 1-year-old will, you know, not be destroying it or anything. And so it's got great pictures. It's got a little bit of information. Here we go. Northern cardinal, where it's found, what it feeds on, the nest, what it's like, how many eggs it lays. Like, it's just, this is great. This is a great resource. And so when I found this, I was like, I knew I had to have this. And they didn't have it at the library for free and, you know, discount stores. This is more of a particular, you know, book. And so I wanted it new. And so I got this one and this other bird one, the Little Book of Woodland Bird Songs. So this one's even unopened as well. So I'm really excited about these, and I think these are going to be great resources for our homeschool and just in general. Like, I really want to create an excitement and love of bird watching, because that's just a great hobby for somebody to have. And so maybe one of my kids will just, you know, take off with it. So I don't even know where to put all this stuff. All right, so that is that. And then I got this, well, let's do this. I got this little backyard bird tube, whatever it's called. It's from Safari Limited. I got it on Amazon, and it's just a bunch of these. I should probably like have opened all this stuff so I could show you. This one's like really sealed. Goodness gracious. Okay, gotta get some scissors. Totally should have done this before I started the video, but that's okay. All right, so this is from Safari Limited. This is a backyard birds tube, they call it, T-O-O-B. And it's got just little figurines of birds. Like, that's just so cute. And they're really, what's the word? Like accurate. They made the birds to be, you know, like little educational toys, so that you can like look them up close and see what they look like and their coloring and stuff like that. So this is just really neat. And I thought I'm gonna do a little activity where they play with Play-Doh and like make a little nest with the Play-Doh, and then they can have these like little birds, and you know, it just gives them more of a little hands-on kind of experience. So that'll be something pretty fun to do. There's quite a few of them too. There's 7 of them, and they just got your basic backyard birds. So totally perfect. They look great. I'm excited about. The kids will be excited about that. The next thing I have here is this window bird feeder. So we're gonna be going out, of course, and looking at birds outside. We live next to a creek and like a little wooded area, and there's plenty of opportunity to see birds. But I thought it would be fun to really be able to observe them up close with this. I had my eye on this for even before I knew I was going to be doing a bird unit study. But this is a window feeder that like is, it suctions to your window, and then you can put the bird seed like, you know, right in here, and it's clear, and you put it up in the window, and then when the birds come up and, you know, eat, you can actually just sit from the comfort of your own home and watch them and observe them up close, or as close as you possibly can, doing it this way. So I'm super excited about this. I think my kids are gonna love it. I'll link to this particular one in the description box below. There was a bunch of them out there, but this one had a lot of great reviews, and you know, the tray is nice here and it suctions to the window, and that was another thing. I wanted to make sure that it was strong against the window. So this, you know, passed all of those tests, and you know, it's very good on Amazon. So I'm really excited about having this bird feeder. So there's that. And then the final thing I have for our bird unit study is binoculars, because, you know, what bird study would be complete without some binoculars to really be able to see the birds? So this is actually a kid's one, and it's like, you know, shock proof, and you can drop it, and it's sturdy and, you know, really great. And it's got, I even did like a little mini research on, you know, binoculars and what's the magnifying that you need, and you know, the zoom and all of that stuff. So this one magnifies up to 8 times, so it's pretty good. And then the lens, like how the lens works or something like that, based on what I researched, is a higher quality lens. And this was for a decent price, and it was for kids. So it just, you know, checked all of the boxes. And you know, whenever I look through it, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe my eyes are too close together, because I can still see like 2 circles. I don't know, it's silly, but my husband can see through them just fine, and my kids can see through them just fine. And like, if I kind of do that, like, you know, one eye, then I can see through it. But this is really for the kids mostly, and it serves its purposes for me. So this should be fun for them, and then they'll get to learn about binoculars and how to use them. And so that's another educational experience. And it came with this little, you know, necklace, so they can hang it around their necks whenever we're out on our nature walks. And then it had this little case, and then it even had like a little cleaning thing for the lens and stuff. So that's perfect. It'll just go in our nature backpack whenever we take our nature walks, and then they can, you know, look out and observe birds and stuff like that, and see them in their natural habitats. So that'll be really fun. So that is everything for our nature study, or our study of birds, all that I got from Amazon. Now, I did get some things from the library, some more books, of course. I got another kind of field guide. This one is the National Geographic Kids Ultimate Explorer Field Guide for birds. And this just has a bunch more, you know, facts and things like that, that I'm kind of gonna use just as a general, you know, resource for myself, than to be able to share with my kids when we're learning about them and stuff. So this will just be, you know, a good thing to have on hand. Same with this one. So we live in Texas, and so I wanted to get a specific one for the birds of Texas. And so this is the kids guide to birds of Texas: fun facts, activities, and 90 cool birds. So this even includes some activities that I may or may not do. I've pretty much already planned all of the activities that we're going to be doing, and those just involve, like, you know, going outside and looking at birds or watching them from on our bird feeder, or I have some YouTube videos lined up of like live cams that they have of owls and things like that that we don't really get to see at night and stuff. So that will be fun to kind of get an up close look at them. So those are the activities, but I might, you know, draw some things from here. But this is just another resource. I got it from the library because, like I said, I mean, my kids aren't really going to be using these. I am, and so it wasn't worth the investment at this point to purchase them. So library saves the day. And then I got another one here. This is the Atlas of Amazing Birds by Sewell, and this is just another kind of, you know, it's got great pictures, it's got more information, so a lot of the same kind of stuff about birds, just in different books. So we're just, you know, I'm strewing them about, and they'll be surrounded by all these bird books, and then, you know, might just take interest in them and, you know, spark some joy or something. And then I got a little bird board, a board book on birds for my little one, just to, you know, have her included. But this is just, you know, a little storybook for it's board books, so my 1-year-old will enjoy it and we could have fun reading it. There are also a bunch of books about birds and nests and all that kind of stuff at the library. And so as we're, we do a weekly trip to the library, as we're studying birds throughout the term, we'll just go and pick those kinds of storybooks and, read them as we go. So the final thing that I got from the library, actually, my library, I'm fortunate enough to live in a place where I have access to 2 city libraries, and we have 2 in my city alone, and then the city next to us has 1, and they're pretty well stocked. I'm just amazed all the time at what I find there. But this one they had was Animalium by Katie Scott and Jenny Broom, and I see this all over homeschoolers blogs and Instagram and stuff like that. They love the pictures because they look so neat, and you can use them for like some people have purchased them and then like just tore the pictures out and hung them up in their homeschool room. So but this is just really neat and fun to look at, and here's some birds and things like that. So just fun pictures. It's in a different format, so like I said, it's all the same stuff, just in presented in various ways. So that's exciting for the kids. So that's everything for our birds unit study. Now I did also wanted to share with y'all just a few other things that I got that doesn't have to do with our birds unit study, but I did get it off of Amazon, and it's fun to share with y'all because who doesn't love a good homeschool haul video? So now I will say that you do not have to get any or all of this stuff to be successful at, studying birds in your homeschool. You can literally get some books from the library for free and then go outside and then just observe the birds that you see out there. And that's truly what I had planned on doing. And then my husband gave me a little gift of some money, and this was for Mother's Day. And I don't know about you, but I like spending money on my kids in our homeschool and stuff like that because I'm learning alongside of them and having fun with them doing it. And so I wanted to enjoy all of this stuff just as much as they, I'm sure, do, maybe not, maybe even more. So I spent my money on them. And so I got this, and then, it all goes from there. So anyways, we're also going to be incorporating handicrafts, true to Charlotte Mason style, into our homeschool this coming school year. And the first handicraft that we're going to be learning is origami. So I got this origami paper, pretty basic. You need paper to do origami. It's this Descomo origami paper. There's 180 sheets, and it's all cut into squares already so that we don't have to do that. And then it comes with all of this wonderful, colorful paper. So we'll have, plenty of paper to fold for our origami. And that's just going to be hopefully fun for the kids. It gives them something hands-on to do and to learn, and it's just a fun little hobby to have. And then in addition to that, how we're going to be learning origami is I actually had I already had these books. We purchased them a while back. I think it was for my older boys. They had picked them out, but this one was origami dinosaurs. And so we'll just be learning how to fold some origami dinosaurs because that's what we had on hand. I was going to correlate it to birds and have us learn how to fold birds, but when my son showed me that we had this, I'm like, okay, we'll learn origami dinosaurs and paper planes, because what boy doesn't like to fold paper airplanes and fly them? So that's going to be fun too. So that is for our handicrafts this coming school year. And then I think that's it really. This next thing, well, I won't give it away. So we're going to be doing birds, and then the next term we're going to be doing space and, the moon and the stars and all that kind of stuff. And so I have a little something in there that I picked up this past weekend that I found, and it's super exciting. But I'm going to do that in another video later on so that you can see all of my space and stars unit study haul kind of stuff that I get, because I haven't gotten everything yet. So that's everything. And so like I said, I will have links for all of this down below if you want to get any of the stuff that I mentioned. I do a lot of research when I am putting together a unit study, and I really, think long and hard about the purchases that I make, because I want to be wise with my money and spend it well, and not just, get into this spirit of I have to buy and have everything, because truly it's really not necessary to have all this stuff to teach our kids. So the things that I chose them carefully and, with a lot of thought and prayer behind it, just to make sure that it was right for us. And so if you have those, same kind of parameters when purchasing things, you want to keep things cheap, but you also want to get some things for fun, then this list of stuff that I purchased for our bird study could also, help you and save you time, just to get you, what you need, and then you can get started and not have to do all the research that I put into it. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And again, be sure and hit that subscribe button and turn on the little bell icon so that you can be notified of all of my newest videos. And of course, if you have any questions at all, be sure and leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer you. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.